Is there anyone here? Is there anyone here? Uh-oh. Let's get bad. That sounds great. Sounds really good right now. The video could be better, but can't do much about that. I was watching Morgan. You can only take so much of that, though. She actually said my name on her stream tonight. Trying to get her attention right now with all those guys is close to impossible. Jeff Campbell, how are you? Mark, Debbie. Hey Jeff, check this out. Uh-oh. Rita, happy Halloween. How's everyone doing tonight? How's the gang? You want to see one of my custom emojis? Hi, Ross. You doing good, Jeff? You guys doing a lot of, what do you call it, trick-or-treat stuff tonight? Family stuff? I'll put up all of my custom emojis. These are all the custom ones I have. I'm not good at making emojis, so. That was me prepping to get the emojis or the members area going for this area. Yeah, you're doing all that stuff in the country? Nice. I don't get a tissue. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Oh, man. Isn't that a beautiful sky? Beyond the reflections, the cars and the mountains. The sky looks pretty good tonight. Yeah. Oh, you really do? Yeah, there's a lot of people walking, milling about outside. They're like guard dogs. Nice. It's always good to have a guard dog named Elvis. Sprite. I picked up between here and the bathroom. No, I don't have any kids. I've never been married, so I don't really participate in a lot of the stuff that you guys do. I'm not your normal guy, I guess. I've always not fit in. I've always been kind of different. Um, Misunderstood most of the time, but yeah. Hey, Desert Runner. Shakecasters, that's a good one. I like reading on the cell phone, the comments, because I'm kind of looking at the camera anyway. But when I look at the screen, it doesn't look like I'm paying attention, but I'm actually paying extra attention because I can read better on the laptop. The screen looks great. The new screen on the phone is amazing. Display, that is. I've got a whole new display, new glass on both front and back. It's like a brand new phone. But still, I can pop out the chat on my laptop and make it full screen, and I can actually play with the font size, so I can get it super big. I mean, you can read that from a mile away. Not that I need that was an exaggeration. I had the control button down on my keyboard, and I used the mouse, but it makes it a lot easier for me. So there's no good way to do this, I guess. Maybe put it right on my keyboard. I can still get to the there. This is ridiculous. Okay. You can see this is crazy. But it's close to the lens when I'm reading. Okay, well. Oh, there's more stuff down here. I guess if I had a not so wide laptop. Hey Al, how you doing? Because I don't trick or treat, man. I've never really done that. But thanks for thinking that I should be out trick or treating. Unstoppable Morgan was cutting her butter in half tonight to make her mac and cheese. I dropped in. Debbie gave me a heads up that she was on streaming, so I dropped in on her stream tonight, and she was cutting her butter. Should I cut it in half, or should I use more or less? And she cut a stick of butter in half, and she was putting it in. And she goes, "Oh, maybe I should cut the half in half." And she asked the question, "What's a half and what's a half of a half?" So I put a quarter, right? And she responded. She took a screenshot, and she said, I'm keeping." She said something about taking a screenshot of people who are smart. Hey, random commentator. Random commentator. That one has me. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about starting another channel as well. It's called Scary Larry Commentary. And it's going to be my live channel, I think. Anyway, she said something like she was taking a screenshot. So I feel like it did my job. I got my name in front of her a little bit. I did kind of bomb her with, I want to be your photographer, I'm your photographer, blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't seem to be too interested in that right now, although she's got all of her lingerie outfits for her calendar. She must have something already set up. Oh, but random commentator. Where's Sarah Jane? Sarah Jane is, I believe, in Arizona right now. Hey, Camp Beatles. Blue Moon tonight. Must look awesome out there. It will. I have the night vision camera, so I'll be using that. I took some video of my campsite, pitch dark. I guess it was pretty early in the morning, and it looks wonderful. I can't wait to use it. I'm really holding back using that camera until after December, which I get to use that camera during a meteor shower with Wonder Hussy and one of her followers from Florida who's coming out to visit, and he wanted me to do the videoing of that. So I've been kind of hired to do that. So that will be interesting. I get to record a follower of Wonder Hussy's adventure with her. I'm like the fly in the wall. It's going to be interesting. Hey, Carrie from Utah. Can't wait to see Larry. What are you talking about? You're in Australia, Ian? Hello? That sounds like a lot of work. Cutting up carrots and wrapping in wax paper? That, oh, my campsite? My campsite's always the same to me. People want to see how I live and sleep. I wake up in my car in the morning and I see the same ceiling of the car and wonder how all the dust gets on it. How do those bugs get inside the dome light, get stuck in there and die, and all you can see is the fossils in there? I mean, why do people want to see that? It's a place where I crash at night and feel safe for a little bit while I shut my eyes, you know? No, I have not. Uh, Shaycasters. Yeah, no kidding. I'd be pissed if I got carrots wrapped in wax papers, thinking they were candies. Matter of fact, what's your dad's address? I'm gonna go pay him. Kidding, I would not do that. Carrie. Oh, Carrie, that's a good question. This is a great question. Where's the one place you want to go to that seems to be the hardest one to travel to? I'm about to answer your question, and I'm going to answer it very seriously, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It is hard to travel to, but I would not mind having a one-way ticket to Mars, and I would like to live stream it. I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat, and I'm in a position I could do that. So, but I would do it. Yeah, and I mean that seriously. Place on Earth, probably Alaska, or all of Vietnam. I would love to travel up and down Vietnam, I think. Hey, Pamela. Why only one way? Because I wouldn't want to leave, I don't think. Can you imagine a whole planet to explore? Oh my God. I'm doing great, Pamela. How are you? I don't think I would make it back. I don't think I would have enough time to make it back. The room seems to be waking up a bit. I think we're all waiting for Lisa to show up to warm up the room a bit. You know Lisa brings that. You go with me, Ian? Yeah, I would go in a heartbeat. I would go in a heartbeat. I would, yeah. Who's drinking tonight? I think Unstoppable Morgan is. She got an apartment. She's not going to be traveling. Apparently, she is going to be helping her girlfriend make a travel van, and they're going to travel the United States. Gee, I've heard this story before. Hey, Steve. What are your plans for Thanksgiving this year? I don't know. Well, yeah, what's everyone else's plans for Thanksgiving? You guys gonna do the home Thanksgiving thing? Are you gonna be traveling? I would recommend staying at home. I think uh, the reason why I say that, Pamela, is I like a challenge. I like to explore. Um, I tend to want to do things that are kind of dangerous, and I probably shouldn't be doing them, but I also like to document them. And this began when I was out meeting Sarah for the first time. Wonder how, see, I got a taste of that there. And ever since then, every little problem I've run into has been interesting. Anyway, I've often thought about doing like, Warzone kind of videography on the front lines, kind of capturing what's going on. Wow, it's 65. Holy crap. Back in Alaska? Are you camping alone in Whitney Pocket, Nevada? Huh. Hey, Bill. Ah, Dennis. That's if I have one on that day. Yeah, but I think Camp Beatles, a lot of people talked her out of getting a boat because of the dogs. Yeah, wouldn't it be, Pam? I think it'd be so tempting if someone said, if Elon Musk is watching this live stream, Elon, I would be happy to go there and document everything that's going on. Uh, where do I sign up? What parts of Alaska would I like to visit? Hmm. I think I would like to explore the mining end of things up there, the gold mining that was going on. So that would be in the wilderness, rugged wilderness areas. Wow, there's a lot of questions now. Hey, John from November. Okay, Carrie asks, which place have you gone to, such as a ghost town, have you done the most research on? That would be the Death Valley Railroad. And what did I find out? That the government seems to be working just like it was back then. Friends scratching each other's backs. To the LS party. Larry Stream party. Okay. Took me a second to translate. Oh, so Halloween lasts for one more hour? Rockin'. Oh, but I couldn't see that because Bill's not talking to me, so I couldn't read that. So I withdraw that. And chicken? Chicken where? Yeah. Because the whole American Borax Company Death Valley Railroad, American Borax Company, put all that stuff in, and down in Razorite they found a more higher grade of borax, which made it obsolete to do what they were doing in Death Valley. Well, what happened there was the government bought a lot of the land that the American Borax Company had, and they turned it into a national park, a little place called Death Valley National Park, to pull them out of trouble, because yeah, there were friends involved. Corruption, in other words. But because of that, we have a beautiful national park. Yeah, it is. And with all this stuff going on with, having the right permits to do YouTube stuff, it's getting kind of crazy. I like Halloween. I mean, who doesn't? But, and I'm all about commercialism. I'm all about freedom and stuff like that. But for the most part, all these holidays are really commercialized. I don't really think Thanksgiving is that much, but everything else is. But should leave clocks alone. No kidding, Russ. The whole reason why we move our clocks around is so we can get more daylight hours or work time out of the workers. Commercial. Work the workers harder, longer. More productivity. You, Margie Reed, hello. You want one of my steaks? I should open my own steak restaurant. I used to like Christmas and all the holidays, but as you grow older, you kind of get cynical about it. Especially if you don't have kids. I didn't have any kids, so I saw my sister. She has kids, and I saw her going through a lot of the bringing the kids through commercial land, then becoming commercialized consumers. Hey, Craig, in a Toyota? Yes, I was. I was out there with Jenny Gibbs. She was doing a video out there of um, Star Wars Canyon, which is closed. Reading some of these comments here. Oh, cool, Carrie. You just retired at the end of August? Well, congratulations. How does it feel to be retired? Are you a little stir crazy? A little too much time on your hands now? Well, that's just one more good reason to be an Arizonian. Is that the right? Is that the right way to pronounce a person who's from Arizona? Oh, you're almost free? You're never free. It's a game. Oh, I'm a terrible uncle. I never get to see him. I've been banned from influencing any of the kids. Guitar all day long. Oh my gosh. Party at Shay Castor's place. You quit smoking on the 4th of July? Congratulations. No, it's not thumbs down, Bill. It's thumbs up. But I forget. I cannot see Bill's comments because I'm not supposed to see his comments. Yes, Rita. That reminds me of that movie. Was it? What was that movie with? Was it L.A. Confidential? I forgot the movie. Mr. Mulholland. Oh, really, Craig? That's funny. Anyway, I got back and saw you on a Wonderhussy video. I was like, I just saw that guy. That cracks me up. I get around, I guess. Jenny Gibbs has a great channel. I dig her stuff now. Her and Adrenaline Jackie. They're, I think, two up and coming channels. They're really quirky. They're really fun to watch, um, and really kind of a different sense of or way of looking at things. I think so. I like people who show me a different way. Bill's not grounded. He just doesn't want me to see any of his comments, so I'm not allowed to see his comments. He's not. I'm grounded, I guess. It doesn't harm me to be grounded from Bill, though. It actually helps things out quite a bit. Things go smoother. See? Yeah, Chinatown. Yes, I'm sorry, Rita. Yes, Chinatown. Great movie. VOIP. That would be Jenny Gives. I think it's Jenni Gives, and Adrenaline Jackie. Yeah. Yeah. Adrenaline Jackie is a she loves her dogs. Well, how can you work for the city if you've never been there? That's weird. I guess if you knew the answer to that, you'd also be 6 feet under. It wasn't LA Competition, it was Chinatown, you're right. Well, it was a great movie, though. I still have my. This is still the one that was sent in, the first one. I have the other one, and I have a pink one. Two was actually sent in. There's a pink one that I'm eager to use, but this one seems to be holding on. I'm a dork, talking about my stylus. But I love this phone. I love it. I got a lot of hassle doing my video at the pinball museum. They wanted to know who they were associating with if this video was indeed made for commercial use. So I had to tell them it was for personal use. So give the pink one to Sarah. I'm liking how VOP thinks these days. I'd love to give the pink one to Sarah. Oh man. What's the furthest location from home have I vlogged? Well, that would be at the Pima Air Museum down in Tucson, Arizona, I believe. My mind went right down the gutter in a hurry. It was like a jet engine was propelling the crap through the pipes. It went down that quickly, Pamela. It is a family channel. What do you think I'm talking about? I'm going to give the pink stylist to Sarah. The pink one. I'll give it to her. Sarah, middle of nowhere, probably somewhere. Yeah. The heat-seeking moisture missile. I recall that. Pamela. None in the morning, none at night. Oh dear. I had a guy come into my camp this morning. Really strange. I should probably tell you guys about this. One of the strangest things I've ever run across in the middle of nowhere. Make sure you wrap it, Larry, or come on, people. Oh, come on, people. Not, well, nice night out. Wrap it. Hello. Darla's here. Everyone playing with their monkeys. Oh crap, my phone's at 15%. What should I do? Should I let it run out or should I plug power in? I'll plug power in. What the heck? It's right here. I love this new bag. I love it. This backpack is... It's the cat's meow. How's Darla doing? What's Darla been up to? Darla, I've sent 2 emails into BMW North America. They go right to the expected black hole of corporate America that I was expecting to drop into. So if anyone out there, besides Darla, has any connections with BMW North America marketing department, please send them my way. Or let me know where I can email them, because I'd really like to talk to those people. I looked at their BMW X5 today on YouTube. I also did research on the X7, which is basically a motorhome. Black holes. Yes, definitely. Oh. Okay. So the campsite owl. This guy I'm camped up in the Spring Mountains, and I'm camped just off the road. So, once in a blue moon, someone will drive by. I believe this is the 3rd person who's driven by in the past 2 years. He doesn't pass very far. He maybe goes, 10 car lengths down, he pulls over and he stops, gets out of his car, and he starts wandering around, and he's slowly coming over to my car. And at this point, I'm really paying attention to what's going on. And what do you call those rods you hold in 2 hands? Gouging rods or something like that? Yeah, but didn't you tell me that person was no longer there? Is that correct, Darla? Dowsing rods. Okay, so let me ask you a question about dowsing rods. Can you just use one, or do you have to have two divining rods or dowsing rods? Right. Prayer rods. I don't usually two. Will one work though? And doesn't it have to be made out of a certain material? You've seen one as well. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not a professional miner by any means, but you don't really have to be a professional miner to understand where you may or may not find gold. Uh, well, anyway, I was at camp. This guy's wandering around from his parking spot about 10 car lengths up the road from me. He's coming downhill towards me. And he gets to my camp, basically. And I'm like, can I help you? Are you lost? You need some help? And, well, whether they're bogus or not, it's an interesting story. You go, oh no, don't mind me. I'm just following this vein of gold. I'm like, vein of gold? That's news to me. I didn't hear of any vein of gold running through my campsite. I mean, I'm like sitting on my tailgate, and he's like right in front of me, looking for this gold. I'm like, well, I hope I'm not bothering you. Do you want this campsite? Do you want me to move? He goes, oh no, you're not bothering me at all. I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm not bothering you. And a vein of gold he was looking for, right? He had one bent aluminum wire, and he was following the vein of gold, which he claimed to be running from well, along the ridgeline or along the was it the west side of the mountain range in an alluvial fan, a wash within the alluvial fan. That's where I was camped. Anyway, so he starts telling me about how it's really important that you follow this vein with this rod, and I'm like, well, if you're looking for gold in a vein of gold, wouldn't you be looking in a mountain, like inside of a mountain? Like you wouldn't be looking in a riverbed. We're an alluvial fan, is where I was camped, and we're in a. It wasn't making a lot of sense, and. Right, Pam? So I asked him, are you a miner? Because, anyway, he was paying a lot of attention to my vehicle. And I noticed him when he was at my vehicle, he kept looking in. So, he was obviously using that technique to get into someone's camp to see what kind of equipment was there, is what I was thinking. I did take photos of his vehicle as he tried leaving, but he almost got stuck. He had to turn around and come back out the way I knew he would come through. So I had my camera and I took photographs of the front and back of his car. Yeah, in a riverbed, you're going to find little bits, and those little bits are going to be further down in the ground. They're not going to be right on the surface. They're going to be buried quite a ways down. Yeah, he was scoping me out. I had my solar panels out. The back was open. My cooktop was out. I mean, it was pretty exposed. I had almost all my photo equipment out. Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah, exactly, Rita. I'm not happy about that. It was a good camping spot. That's off limits for a few months. It's trust. Trust is a tricky thing. You have to know how to read people. This person was obviously up to something else besides looking for gold with one galloosing rod in a alluvial fan, and within that alluvial fan, I was in a wash. So, yeah, he'll find more gold, coming out of my asshole. Did I just say that out loud? I did. Sorry. Yeah, it's totally BS. Oh, okay, Darla. I'm sorry, Darla. I did not pick that up. I'm kind of thick that way. Different heights. Yeah, John. Land of the unique. Exactly. You know, you're right. Living life on the go. Sometimes you have to act crazier, but this person wasn't crazy. He was he was he was using his own eminence front. So that's what happened to me this morning. I should have. You're right. He started the conversation, John, with I've been scouting this area out. I've been following this gold vein from over yonder and cutting right across from my area. And I know the other road. Wheeler Pass Road is split. It's actually two roads. One goes down to Spring Mountain Raceway, and then the other one comes down to, well, the Holiday Inn. And I camp pretty close to where they both meet, but there's still a pretty big distance between the two roads before they meet up. And I know that terrain back and forth pretty well. I walk it quite a bit, and he hasn't been out there unless you like rocks of every sort and shape and size. Looks like comes from 20 different mountain ranges. That's what this alluvial fan is like. It's just rounded off rocks everywhere. It's nuts. Anyway, yeah, I'm not I'm not dense to that, Dennis. I figured that out pretty quick. You're right. It's very hard to get out of sight. Although I'm in the Joshua trees, so I would say you're about 3 football fields out before I can't see you. That's about how far you can get. It turns into a curtain of trees that you just can't see through at about that distance. I should get a weapon, but that crap patrol. Oh my freaking god! The Desert Patrol, right? I remember that show. They were on like, wow, that's an old show. Get a tan vehicle. Remember the Delta Force? Yeah, John. I know enough about where to find gold to understand you're not going to be following a vein of gold through an alluvial fan, and within that alluvial fan, you're in a cutout gorge of where water has just eaten away at it. Um, no, I, you might find it in an old riverbed. The Kenneth. Become a talc miner. Peppermill? Was I with there? Was I wasn't any? I wasn't there with anyone. It wasn't Sarah. Sarah's out of. She's out of town still. Shh. No, I'm sensing that. It's like looking for a black hole. You can actually see a black hole. You have to see what the black hole does to the stuff around it, like, you know, distort the light that's coming, from behind it, reflecting. It kind of creates this distortion. That's Bill's comments. You can kind of tell when he makes a comment, other people around him, it kind of lenses funny. You can kind of tell, well, Bill must have said something. Who's Bill? Bill's the guy right underneath you, DPC. A woman with dark hair. Sarah doesn't have dark hair. She has light brown hair. So it wasn't Sarah. Sarah wasn't there. I was by myself. A hand that moved the debit card out of frame. Someone put a drink in my face. Jeff and Company. I don't remember seeing a card being used. Yeah, Dennis, I need to find that elusive pile of gold that some miner just didn't realize what he had. Gravitational lenses. Thank you, John. Yeah, the person delivering my drink went like this as I was live streaming. Mm-hmm. Those plastic panels were nice. I don't know what you're talking about, Pamela. I don't know anyone named Unstoppable. Oh, Honey Bunny has a joke? Why did the witch never have children? Why did the witch never have children? Why did the witch never have children? Didn't see that one coming, Honey Bunny, for you. I did not see that one coming. That hit me upside the head like Muhammad Ali. Whoopsh. He's out. That was a good one. I liked it. You know, it was an appropriate one too, as far as those can be, at least. I do not feed any of the wild animals except for the little ground squirrel dudes. Little, those little cute things that look like, what do you call them? Kangaroos? They're little kangaroos or something. Rita. Rita's digging around. What makes you think I was there with someone? Can't I travel to Las Vegas by myself? I mean, does Sarah always have to be with me when I'm in Las Vegas? I can travel around by myself in Las Vegas. Sometimes when someone's taking me through the city because I get lost in the city. I, I honestly think that Sarah has a crush on me. Sarah, Wonder Rose, yeah, I think she does. It's been brought up to me many times. I've seen it many times. I think she has a crush on me. But it wasn't Wonder Husty that was with me at the, pep, the peppermill. It wasn't her. Larry fesses up? What am I fessing up to? I think Sarah has a crush on me. And Darla, you brought this up a long time ago. She's been a big player of that. I wouldn't say she's getting me drunk. Hey, Melissa. It wasn't her. Oh, Larry. How about a COVID Halloween joke? Yes, let's hear a COVID not Halloween joke. Knock knock, who's there? COVID. COVID away. I'm busy right now. There's a gamer with us. did one casket say to the other casket? Are you having a hard time? I don't know. What? This better be good, Gibby. Okay, that was good. That was good. Hats off. I like the dryness of it. Nah, Rita. Well, I think, okay. It even happened on my live stream, right? You guys watched the live stream with her and me? Well, someone asked her, is Larry your boyfriend? She didn't say no. I'm the one who said no. Oh no, that was on her live stream. I forget, was it hers or mine? I forget which one it was. But she said no. She said, well, Larry is a boy and he is my friend. Always dreaming big. Yes, indeed. Well, what am I supposed to do? Sleep on her? Have you ever looked inside of a Forerunner? They're not big. They're smaller than my X5. Yeah, she said that. I love her like a sister. So it doesn't matter to me. Friends with benefits. I'm a man friend. I'm not a boyfriend. Boy, man. You guys remember the details of what she said, like exact. That's crazy. But I've added the things up in my mind, and yeah, she probably has a crush on me too. That's probably as far as it's gonna go. She got guys knocking down her door. I am not high on her radar. You're here for it. I never doubted that, VOAP. I'm here for you guys too. Excuse me. How many miles are on the X5? I believe I've passed 275,000 miles. My next off-road vehicle is probably going to be a 125cc off-road vehicle. Yeah, Rita, it gets kind of weird. And if you ever did, if I were ever to become a guy boyfriendish person of hers, I would have to battle with that. I don't know. I don't have a problem with people. It's how people think others are, and it's not good. I know what you're talking about, though, Rita. Yeah, I can totally ruin things. I don't think I'm going to get rid of the X5. I'll just keep chucking parts at it. Engine, stuff like that. It's really easy to work on. I love that thing. I want to get a trailer or a teardrop in which I can also uh, tow an off-road bike, 125cc off-road bike or 150cc off-road bike. Hey John, I get a lot of hate already just for being a friend of Sarah's and showing up in her videos. I get a lot of unflattering things. But it goes with the territory. Fat bike? Hey, Muckarels. I hear you, Craig. You're illegal off-road, yeah? Is that true, Rita? A bunch of guys warn her about me? That's totally hilarious. The guys that don't like me tend to have a huge crush on her and want them. The guys want her to themselves, is what it is, and I'm okay with that. I don't have any kind of connection with her like that. They are jealous, Debbie. You're right. Some of them come out and say that and say exactly that in the comments. So some of them ask me how I met her, and like, I'm honest with them. I'm a very bad influence on her. I'm very dry. In a good way, I hope, Ian. She influences me, and I hope that I influence her in a good way. She's a good person. Uh, I've told it a million times, and I'll probably tell that story a million times more, Rita. Maybe, John. I'm okay with it. There's a lot of people that don't like the Larry. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, Rita, we both kind of understand each other, and it it makes things easier. We don't have to say things. We just understand. She wants to say. She only has to tell me something I shouldn't be doing one time. You know. Leah, hello. Sad about Barry. Understood why, but he seemed oddly adorable. Never met the guy. I don't think Barry likes to remain incognito. I think he's learned to appreciate it more. I get recognized quite a bit here in Prump. It's weird. It's definitely a weird thing that happens. We got a great crew on here, Ian. You're right, John. I wouldn't expect everyone to watch all my videos, especially the early ones. Yeah, I think so, Dennis. Ambassador Larry. I would love to be the ambassador on Mars. I would go there and I would explore that planet until I just dropped dead. And Unstoppable Morgan sounds like she was going through some mental problems with her being in the car for long periods of time, because she just recently started being in the car for long periods of time. Um, Especially with 3 dogs, it can get very cramped. Uh, she probably just kind of lost it. I don't blame her for doing what she did, but it takes some time to get used to yourself and how you're living around things. And I've learned to live in a very small environment. I think my travel to the Red Planet would be no problem. I think my time on the Red Planet, living in little cubes here and there, would not be an issue. I think I'm ready for it. I'm built for it. Because you wouldn't survive the radiation coming back. That's my guess. Ever see Art Bell? No, he's passed away, I believe. Yeah, we were talking about divining rods a little while ago. Yeah, he died a couple years before I got here. That's okay. I can send all the Starbucks supplies on the previous mission prior to my mission leaving. I love my X5. I wish I had a new X5. I would love to work with BMW North America about an X5. They would. You're right, John. A lot of you, a lot of people used to listen to him working at night. Same with Bob. Bob Wells used to as well. Well, the best thing to shield you from radiation is rust, and well, I can bring that with me from the desert. Serious. X3 is smaller, lighter, smaller, weaker, more fragile. Yes, there's a lot of desire, Gary, to explore the East. As a matter of fact, I believe one of my last streams, I actually introduced the idea of helping fund that type of trip, Gary. So I'd like to go to Arizona, through Arizona into New Mexico, back up and through maybe a little bit of Texas, I'm not sure, but come back through up into Colorado and Utah, kind of thing. That's kind of the little route I'd like to take. Ah, you're funny, Pamela. Art Bell would have been cool to watch. Really, Craig? Nice. It was low in your lab full of chemicals. I can see little beakers bubbling with fluids and stuff, and Pamela back in the corner going, I lived in Utah. $99 a month? Sign me up. Lower part of Utah. I have not explored any of the lower portion of Utah. One, Gary. One cast iron skillet. That's all I need. I only use it for cooking one thing. I keep the variables down. It's a good conversation we're having tonight. Thank you, guys. In Logan. Well, you made the decision you made, and you're on the path you're on now, right, Rita? Yes, I have seen Tom Green's videos. I haven't seen him personally. Doesn't hold a candle to me. Yeah, I do way worse than him. Yeah, well, I think maybe I should have a gun. But I would have to. There's a lot of variables to my situation in owning a weapon, so it's not as clean cut as it may seem. Carrying a gun doesn't mean you can carry it in every state, so I have to think about that. Be right back, guys. I'm gonna go use the restroom. 1 second. Was on Coast to Coast AM, yes. Interesting, Dennis. You're funny, Rita. Rita cracks me up. Oh, by the way, I spoke with, or I read the email coming in from World War II History Hunter. You guys know him? His channel? World War II History Hunter is the name of the channel. He does vlogs of different locations that he goes to do metal detecting, magnet fishing, or just regular exploring. Um, it's a great channel. I've learned a lot from it. But he's emailed me. He wants to do some collaboration from remote, and it would mean like I would do a special segment on tanks, for instance, tanks used in World War II. Maybe go to the tank museum and do a special on a specific tank that he wants done. I can go get that footage for him, do my commentary, and provide it back to him. He would put that little clip into his video, and that's how we would collaborate. And I could do the same for anything I wanted done out there. Like he's done it recently, an explorer of a German military tunnel that was built through like a mountain, and it was done like miners would do it. And it turns out that I could use something like that in my videos. Like, mining was done similar to this, not just here, but all across the planet. Check out what it looked like in Europe. Check what it looked like when the Egyptians were mining gold out of their mountains out there. I mean, you look at the mines out there, they're similar. It's freaky. Anyway. But it sounds really fun. I haven't returned his email yet, but I've been digesting it, and I've been trying to think of different ways I can get that done. Joey, how you doing? Man, I've been doing live streams forever. I haven't seen Joey on here. Welcome, Joey. Um, there's none of that on this channel. I timed out. That F was timed out. Um, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I don't really allow stuff like that on either side. I'm pretty rigid with that. So, uh, you step over the line, you own it. As What was that movie called? Robert Redford was in the movie, and what else was? Who? Who was Angelina Jolie married to? Brad Pitt. So Brad Pitt was in a movie with. Man, I forgot the name of it. Damn. If you wander off the reservation, I cannot come and get you, is what Robert Redford said to Brad Pitt. Then Operation Dinner Out happened. Sorry. How do I know that movie so well? I don't know. Dances with the Wolves. That's Kevin Costner, I believe. No. I forgot the name of the movie. Brad Pitt is basically seduced by the CIA to become a. It wasn't The Last Boy Scout. Gary, does that mean I'm of that age? No, I'm drinking too much of this stuff. Here's the one previous. It needs to come out. Let me find it. What was that comment? What town you in, Larry? I'm in Pahrump, Nevada. You guys are weird. Okay. Spy Games. It's called Spy Games, guys, the movie. Yes, Spy Game. It's actually a pretty okay movie. If you like. It's a guy movie. It's not a girl movie. But there is a love thing going on. It's interesting. Sarah's doing great. It's a great movie. Nikki? Yes, that is nice. I like the first City Slickers movie. I think it is, Nikki. Some people don't, but I think it's great. I get concerned about her sometimes. She goes into some really, really remote places, like scary remote places. But I'm glad we're exploring again. Two is good as well, but I liked one the best. A lot of people say that. Email her. Tell Sarah that in an email. She reads her emails. I'm telling you, folks. Please email her. I want to be on her Explorers. Her and I get along great. I have a time of my life exploring with her. I actually get a lot more done working with her than working by myself. She keeps me rolling all the time. Whereas if I'm just on an Explorer by myself, I tend to dabble in one spot way too long, and thinking that I can cover it 3 or 4 more times and capture everything I need. Having someone with you keeps the ball rolling, keeps you moving and on your toes where you need to be, kind of thing. Okay, Nikki, I'll tell her. What's that, Gabby? Love like man crush or female love interest? What do you mean, Gabby? Procrastinate. Hmm. I think, yeah, extreme remote is probably not good. She should, if it's not me, she should take somebody, a separate vehicle, so that there is an out. When you go in the middle of nowhere by yourself, just because you're trying to be smarty pants, well, you might be fine until that one time you don't make it out. And what do you do then? The Desert Enforcer. Yeah, there was a love thing in the movie. It's an interesting thing in the movie. I don't want to. I don't want to say anything about it. If you're gonna watch it, it's a good movie in that sense too. Any tidbits you can add and share about the Carol Lombard crash video? Do you have any questions about it? First off, I'm happy to answer any questions on any videos that you guys have watched of mine. The tidbit of the first one or the second one? The second one probably has more interesting stuff to talk about, possibly, because we found the location. I don't know. It's all pretty much there. Marge, Reed, thank you very much. I try not to go into the middle of nowhere by myself, but I don't have as many friends as Sarah does and connections who like to go in the middle of nowhere. But I'm working on it. Oh yeah, she knows how to use it. Believe me. Yeah, 70 miles. Yeah, you're no bueno. I have not met a person named Grizzly who travels in his van. Yeah, Joey, Manhattan was a great place. I love that place. I fell in love with it. Yeah, dirt bike, an off-road dirt bike, a 125cc kind of deal. That would be perfect for me, I think. With the painted rock that we called China Ranch. I would drive up there in a 4x4 and all-wheel drive. My X5 can make it, but I would not take a street-tired car up that. I think that road would need you would need all-wheel drive minimum. That's what I'm talking about. That's where I did not take my X5. I had Sarah drive her 4x4 up there because we didn't know the road conditions. And it's very clearly marked 4x4 high clearance needed. So I have not taken the X5 down Goler or Mango Pass, and nor would I. I've been through that already, and I know the conditions of that road are terrible, so I would not even try it. That's where I would get out and hike it, or I would get out and pull the 125cc off-road bike and just rip through that canyon. Oh, I love Tacopa. I was just there a few weeks ago. No, Mango Pass is that was in my Death Valley Germans video, Mango Pass. I had a video camera with me. I was walking down Mango Pass back to uh, the 4x4, Sarah's 4x4, and I slipped. It was that steep. Yeah, anyway. Any electric bike you're looking at, Pamela? Yes, I did my own version, Melissa. Okay, I did one of Death Valley Germans when I went with Sarah, the same trip. I did it from the standpoint of could I have made the same mistake if I did not know the area like the Death Valley Germans? And I follow that clear to the end. It's interesting what I find in that, if you haven't watched it. Yeah, cars going through that would blow my mind. Those are white knuckle kind of drivers. Oh, serious off road? Okay, Pamela. Kenneth, because she didn't realize that she needed to grease up the control arms in the front. They have Zert inserts, or you have to grease them up. Thanks, Honey Bunny, for you. Oh, really, Gibby? Nice. I'm thinking 125s is probably where I would like to be, and they're fairly cheap. Eh, well, the cool part about an e-bike for me is that I have solar, and I could charge up those batteries remotely, so I'd never have to go and fuel up. Did you ever find out what the situation is at the location with all the locked up RVs and racks of firewood all over the place? Oh, yes. I can't talk about it. Where everyone thought I was trespassing, I would get shot when I wasn't trespassing, but it looked like I was. Daniel, these guys didn't have. You want. Some friends were thinking about buying it. And I was requested to go do a video there. And I did, and I sent it to them. And I liked the video so much that I wanted to monetize it and make it my own. So I redid it and I edited out as much personal information as I could about why I was there. And it makes it look like I wasn't supposed to be there, but it kind of added to the video, I guess. Have you ever met Camper Van Kevin? I have not. Camper Van Kevin was shot? He was shot at? Wow. While he was driving. That's a federal offense. Some people are just not educated. Wow. That's amazing. Sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. That bums me out. And I should end this on that note. I hate to say that. I hate to shoot this stream in the foot, but tell Camper Van Kevin I said hello. Well, there's stickers on my vehicle. It's Wonder Hussy. It's can't think right now. It's Wonder Hussy. It's Writer's sunglasses. It's dual finds. Wonder Hussy and I had a great dinner at the Peppermill, or breakfast. So yeah, you guys want to know, we had breakfast. So there you go. You heard it first from me. And on that note, I'm dropping the mic and I'm getting the hell out of here before you guys start talking about anything else. Bingo. Are you sure you want to go over to Sarah's place and spend the night? No.